estate frenzy is actually over. How quickly have things turned? Now, of course, this is not too unexpected when you see just giant corrections that are happening across the board when it comes to the tech industry, when it comes to lofty valuations, when it comes to very high interest rates, and when it comes to expectations. So, tech, crypto have all taken a massive tumble. Real estate have actually held up the best out of all of them for a very long time and still is. However, we are already seeing moves, and a lot of it comes first with confidence from newer construction homes. They have several things they're dealing with, right? They don't have the ability to pass on cost as much as before, given the market has declined. They have less confidence to build as the materials cost and labor is also more expensive. And so we're going to see a pretty large decline of new homes that will come on the market, which is a very big structural problem anyways. So why does this matter? The buyers just stopped buying. Absolutely incredible. Some listings now sit for weeks without even a showing. That's kind of wild. And it's a completely different market now. So why are these different things happening? So as mentioned before, mortgage rates have absolutely soared to 5.25%, which I will go over some of my thoughts as to some of your options and if this is a good time to buy or not. You can see supply has continued to build because if people are buying less, the homes are just sitting on the market longer, right? If homes have usually sold every week, now they're taking longer, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, just depending on when somebody is interested in buying it. Number two, there may be some people that might be panic selling in the sense of wanting to get their home on the market and will just sell at any price because they need to move on, right? People need to move on with their lives. So that's going to be very important to determine where home prices actually go. In terms of, this is kind of a little bit of history, so you can always review this article later. But the idea is that the frenzy is absolutely over. Now, what does that mean for you as an individual? If you are a buyer in this situation or the market frenzy is over, this has been the easiest time all year for you to have to buy a home. And what do I mean by that? There's several reasons. Number one, the competition is less, so you have less people competing with. You actually have arguably more time to look at homes, right? In the past, every week we would sell. Now, every week you stay in sell, to be fair, but it just depends on the property and you want to assess the competition. The other thing that's important is that you can actually go with very little money down because there's very little risk of any appraisal issues because prices have declined. So when an appraiser looks at the past, which will be higher prices, they're going to compare that. So you're probably going to not have any issues with that. And what does that mean? In the past, even if you put 5% down and the home sells for more than it's worth, it may appraise for less than what you bought it for. And so you actually had a lot more risk to cover in gaps. Now you have more flexibility of potential contingencies, more flexibility of using low money down, like 5% down programs. You also have options where you can, it's just a lot less competitive. So you have a lot more time to look at homes. Those are all the benefits. Now, we also keep hearing things about, interest rates are so high now, 5.25. Historically, take a look at the numbers over the last few decades. The last few decades has been over 8% on average. So still very low. Nevertheless, you also have other options. You can use a product called an adjustable rate mortgage, which does lock in your mortgage for 5 to 7 years or 10 years, depending on the term that you may have. And those are still under 4% right now. I believe there's also some interest-only options, so you can consider that if you would like. So as you can see, there's several options, and it's still extremely low. Because the thing that you still want to remember and always keep in mind is, what is your situation with rent? How much are you paying in rent? Does it make sense to pay that every year? Because rent has actually done better when the market typically declines when it comes to prices, because now more people are looking at rent. And as you can imagine, they don't build cheap rent. They only build luxury rentals these days, especially in the Bay Area. And so keep that in mind. You're still paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 plus a year on rent, whereas it could have still easily just gone into your home. And obviously you have the tax benefits for it. So that's the thoughts about real estate buying frenzy is over. Thank you for watching this short on my YouTube channel. For more shorts, go ahead and click here. For more live streams, you can go ahead and click here. I'll see you at the next one.